Gi-hun stands amidst the bustling crowd of the airport, his face pale and tense, sweat trickling down his temple as the boarding call echoes through the terminal. Passengers around him rush toward the gate, but Gi-hun remains frozen, staring at his ticket with trembling hands. His mind flashes back to the horrors of the Squid Game, the screams, the blood, the betrayal. It's all still fresh. His grip tightens around his phone as he breathes heavily, his heart pounding like a drum. In a split-second decision, he turns away from the boarding gate, anger and determination blazing in his eyes. He dials the ominous number printed on the mysterious gold card. As the phone connects, a chilling silence fills the air before Gi-hun growls into the receiver, "I'm coming for you." The camera lingers on his fierce expression as ominous music swells, signaling the storm about to unfold. Across the dark alleys and neon-lit streets of Seoul, desperation hangs heavy in the air. In one smoky gambling den, a man slams his fists on the table as he loses everything, sweat dripping from his brow as mocking laughter surrounds him. Elsewhere in a dimly lit alleyway, a woman struggles as loan sharks corner her, fists pounding against her as she pleads for mercy. Meanwhile, a young man stares blankly at the cold pavement after being thrown out of his family home, betrayal etched deep into his eyes. In each of their moments of despair, a stranger in a black suit silently approaches, sliding a golden card into their grasp. The card gleams faintly under flickering streetlights, displaying the haunting symbols, a circle, triangle, and square, alongside a cryptic phone number. A soft but unsettling, eerie melody plays underneath, building a quiet sense of dread as each character contemplates this mysterious invitation, unaware of the deadly game they're about to enter. In a cluttered, dimly lit apartment filled with case files and crime scene photos, Min-jun sits hunched over his desk, his sharp eyes scanning through reports of missing persons. An ex-police officer with a tormented past, Min-jun's every movement radiates quiet determination. His gaze lingers on a worn photo of his younger brother, who vanished months ago without a trace. Just as the weight of grief begins to sink in, there's a knock at the door. Sliding an envelope beneath the threshold, an anonymous hand disappears into the shadows. Min-jun opens it cautiously, revealing the familiar gold card bearing the cryptic symbols. His heart races as realization dawns. This is the same calling card linked to his brother S.'s disappearance. Conflicted but resolute, Min-jun clenches the card in his fist and mutters to himself, "If this is where you went, then I'm coming too." His eyes burn with a mix of vengeance and sorrow as he gears up to infiltrate the sinister game that stole his family. Inside a shadowy high-tech surveillance room, the frontman looms over a massive wall of flickering CCTV screens, each displaying the new recruits scattered across Seoul, broken souls unknowingly walking into the trap. The room hums with the cold buzz of machinery as the frontman silently observes, his masked face reflecting the screen's eerie glow. Suddenly, a secure line flashes red, signaling an encrypted call from an anonymous VIP. The distorted voice on the other end, dripping with sinister amusement, commands, "This year, make it more entertaining." The frontman's gloved hand tightens into a fist as he listens, his body rigid with tension. For a fleeting second, beneath the cold, calculating exterior, a subtle flicker of pain crosses his eyes, a silent hint that this game, unlike the others, might strike closer to home. As the call disconnects, the room sinks back into ominous silence, leaving the frontman to stare at the screens, knowing the horrors about to unfold will be unlike any before. Night falls over Seoul as multiple black unmarked vans silently weave through the labyrinthine streets, headlights cutting through the mist. Inside, red suit agents sit motionless, their masked faces emotionless and mechanical. One by one, they arrive at hidden meeting points where the desperate recruits, having dialed the ominous number, now stand waiting, driven by greed, fear, or hopelessness. Without a word, the agents open the van doors and gesture them inside. A chilling montage unfolds. Inside the vans, recruits exchange nervous glances as the agents subtly pull out syringes. In swift, synchronized movements, the agents chloroform the players, who collapse helplessly onto the van floors. The haunting soundtrack swells as their bodies are stacked side by side, echoing the signature style of Season 1's chilling abductions. Outside, the city remains unaware as the vans disappear into the fog, taking the players deeper into the clutches of the game. In a dim, smoke-filled cafe tucked away in a forgotten alley, Gi-hun sits across from a woman cloaked in shadows. Her sharp, watchful eyes and guarded demeanor reveal a past she's desperate to bury. Once a logistics officer for the Squid Game, she now lives in hiding, constantly looking over her shoulder. As Gi-hun presses her for information, her voice lowers to a whisper, filled with both fear and warning. "You don't know how deep this goes." Her words hang heavy in the air, stirring a storm within Gi-hun. The flickering neon lights outside the window reflect in his eyes, amplifying the inner rage and determination simmering beneath his calm exterior. Realizing that the conspiracy behind the game is far larger and darker than he imagined, Gi-hun clenches his fists and makes a silent vow. He will infiltrate the game from the inside and expose the rot at its core. The woman's gaze lingers on him, torn between admiration and fear, as Gi-hun walks away into the night, ready to risk everything. The camera pans slowly across a vast industrial dormitory, towering grey walls, blinding fluorescent lights, and dozens of CCTV cameras silently observing every corner. The atmosphere is suffocating and sterile, colder and more menacing than ever before. One by one, the recruits awaken, groggy and disoriented, their breaths fogging in the air as they take in their surroundings. Each player now dons a numbered green uniform, identical yet dehumanizing, while panic and fear ripple through the group as they realize they are trapped. The ominous hum of machinery echoes in the distance, and subtle signs of hidden traps and upgraded security systems are visible. Laser tripwires, motion detectors, and armored doors sealing every exit. As their confusion escalates into dread, a chilling, disembodied voice fills the room. "Welcome to the game. Follow the instructions, and you might survive." The recruits exchange terrified glances, fully grasping that the nightmare has only just begun. In the shadowy depths of the game's labyrinthine headquarters, Gi-hun moves stealthily, now disguised in the iconic black mask and uniform of a staff member. His breathing is measured, eyes sharp as he navigates through restricted corridors lit by the eerie red glow of emergency lights. Finally, he slips into a hidden control room, lined with old filing cabinets and security monitors, showing live feeds of the new players. As he rifles through confidential documents, his hands tremble when he pulls out a thick file marked Players, Batch 003. Flipping through the pages, his eyes widen in disbelief as he sees a familiar face, Min-jun's younger brother, officially recorded as dead in Season 1, yet listed as active in the current roster. The blood drains from Gi-hun's face as the chilling realization sets in. Not only are the stakes higher this time, but the game is recycling survivors. The door creaks faintly behind him, hinting someone might be watching, as ominous music crescendos and the screen cuts to black.